What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertram. Take over the world. I mean, YouTube. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / Bucktotem Bertram. Say hello, Bertram.
Hello, Bertram!
And this is my review for Aerial Knights Never Yield. So, dear viewer, Aerial Knights Never Yield was released this week for consoles. And let's start this review by discussing that title. Now, they could have called this game O.C.G's Always Plus. That makes about as much sense as the actual title, and has about as much to do with the game as Aerial Knights Never Yield does.
Actually, I think the title means never give up. As in, never give up in the game.
Thank you, Bertram. If I wanted your advice, I would have asked for it. Let's not forget who is the one doing this review, eh? So, what is Never Yield? Well, I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. This is a runaway from a pervert simulator.
That's a bit inappropriate.
Well, what would you have me call it, Bertram? A runaway from your creepy uncle simulator? How about a runaway from the town weirdo simulator?
How about just a running simulator?
Well, I hadn't considered that. That's rather good. Well done, Bertram.
Oh, does that mean I can have a cookie now?
No, absolutely not. So, what was I saying? Oh yes, Never Yield is a running simulator. There are 13 levels in this game, and every single level has you doing the exact same things. Running, jumping, sliding. There is no variety whatsoever. So if you were expecting combat, or a vehicle section, or a mid-level song and dance number, you are going to be sorely disappointed. This game has all the complexity of Connect 4, which coincidentally is the amount of buttons you will use on your beautiful PlayStation 5 controller. You can play this entire game just hitting the 4 bloody direction buttons. This game belongs on a mobile phone. And while we're on the subject, a mobile phone is not a gaming platform. It is simply a device to call up your enemies and bombard them with prank telephone calls.
That's not very mature.
No, but it is hilarious. So, story. Now, from what I can glean, you play as some sort of science experiment. At the start of the game, you escape from the lab you were being held in, I think, and thus have to spend the rest of the game running from agents and robots who either want to kill you or take you back to the lab for more experimentation. And yes, I am aware the word experimentation has all kinds of innuendo associated with it.
Oh, You make it sound like our character is a sex slave.
1. It is my character, not our character. And 2. The game tells us so little. In fact, absolutely nothing. So for all we know, he could be a sex slave. With the emphasis on running, and the fact our character has a robotic leg, I think the answer is obvious. He was created in a lab, yes, to become a world-famous Olympic athlete.
Oh, is that what you think?
Yes. But I do like your sex slave idea just a little bit more. In fact, I wish I had a sex slave.
Oh, what about your wife?
No, Bertram. Absolutely not. No, she is just a slave. Now, as you might have already guessed, dear viewer, I do indeed hate my wife. No, as you may have already guessed, dear viewer, this is a budget title, which in less formal terms means it was made by a fat chap who lives in his mother's basement and eats Skittles all day. I jest. I'm sure this game was made by a team of very talented game developers. In fact, I'm as sure of that as I am that Bertram will one day be Prime Minister.
Oh, it could happen.
Quite, Bertram, quite. So, this game cost just over £9 on the PlayStation Store, which, coincidentally, is also the budget they had to make the game. Now that explains the lack of a story, voice acting, game mechanics worth a damn, and good music. On the subject of music, I have heard people praising it, but let's just say I am not a fan.
Oh, what don't you like about the music? I think it's jazzy.
1. You're not allowed to think, Bertram. And 2. I'd rather listen to my wife fart out God Save the Queen than listen to the appalling music in this game. So, overall, what did I think of the game? Well, it was fun. For about 2 minutes and 16 seconds, this is a terrible waste of £9. I would rather have given that money to a homeless man than waste it on this game. And I hate homeless people. So that should tell you what I thought of this game. Coincidentally, it's the exact same thing that Kevin Spacey dreams of nightly. Bollocks. I think this game is absolute, utter, unadulterated bollocks. I haven't had a bitter taste in my mouth this bad since I French kissed Hexus from bloody Ferngully the Last Rainforest. Therefore, I am going to give Never Yield a 3 out of 10. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My review for blah 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 Never Yield. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you've not enjoyed it, oh well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, bell button thingy. Feel free to share the video with everyone you know. But remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer. and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram!
Are you still here? Go away! I'm sure you've got something better to do with your time. No, seriously. Piss off! Be gone! Au revoir! Auf Wiedersehen! Bye! What in the hell is wrong with you? Go away! Vacate this space! Hit the cross at the top of the screen! The video is done! It's over! It's finito! It's caputo!